there is only one fight that makes sense for Terrence Bud Crawford to fight in. There's only one. I mean, there's really two, but the second one, not so much. The first one, absolutely. Let's talk. Terrence Crawford versus Jake Paul. Terrence Crawford has nothing left to prove. He can go down to 60 and become undisputed. He can go to 54 and become undisputed. Again, those are two different things. Those are two different calibers and two different conversations. But he's 40, basically. He has accomplished everything he needs to accomplish. Doing those things, that's a whole different level of conversation. That's 60 and 54. But for him, yes, Jake Paul is the fight. Jake Paul, I believe, is going to beat Tank Davis because I just don't believe Tank Davis is really that to me. I just don't. I think he has been picking and choosing and to try to fight certain guys that he feels like he has the advantage over, and that's the reason why he's doing it, because he's really not trying to do anything but get paydays, and that's fine. That's what you're on. That's what you're on. Get your paydays, right? Get your money. The problem is everything that we claimed about Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. This is that. You guys are telling me about this man's skill set. Maybe he beats Jake Paul. Maybe. I don't see it. I got Jake Paul. If Jake Paul loses, so what? I don't care. I didn't ask for this fight at all. I don't care about this fight at all. So when you guys get to all up in my comments crying like some weirdos, realize I don't care at all. Not even a little bit. But Jake Paul beating Tank leaves only one fight for him. Terrence Bud Crawford. Jake Paul was going to fight Canelo Alvarez. That fight was done. Canelo pulled out of that. So it is only right for Jake Paul to fight Terrence Crawford. It's only right. But let me explain. Jake Paul was going to fight Canelo Alvarez because Canelo was the guy, he had the drawing power. He's a huge name in the sport of boxing, if not the biggest at the time, yada, yada, yada. Terrence Crawford just beat him on the biggest stage. Everybody in the world watching. $41 million gate. I don't know how many millions of people watching. 70-some thousand people in the arena. Yes, this man coming out to the Desperado song. Had a live band singing a Desperado song when he had came out carrying the glove, carrying the damn guitar. It's supposed to have the guns in it. Iconic, y'all. Now that we know what he was doing, now that we know what it was, iconic. It was so iconic that the Mexican people there didn't even know. They didn't even know. Hell, I didn't know. I thought it was another concert for Canelo Alvarez, but it was really Terrence Crawford walking out to Mexican music, Desperado music. Absolute amazing, y'all. There is nothing left for Bud to do. Nothing. Literally nothing. There's things that he can do if he wants to, but there is nothing left for him to do to solidify himself in any way, shape, or fashion. He's already solidified. But there is a money fight out there. It is this guy right here. A gigantic money fight. Gigantic. He's not getting knocked out for sure. If he loses to Tank, he ain't getting knocked out at all. That fight's going the distance. If he loses, it might be hella scripted as it is. There might be a chair in there. Don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Shakur Stevenson came in on a damn parachute and landed in the middle of the ring on Tank's back. Well, let me take that back. Lamont Roach. Wouldn't be surprised if Lamont Roach parachuted in and landed on Tank's back in the middle of the fight. Or if Lamont Roach rolled out from underneath of the ring and jumped in the ring with a chair and cracked Tank over the back with a chair. Wouldn't be surprised at all. Or if Lamont Roach came down to the ring and was beaten on the side of the ring to catch Tank's attention. So then Tank turns around and Jake Paul catches him. And then they count a 10 count. I won't be surprised with none of that. None. None at all. Because I don't believe this is a real fight at all. I don't. Y'all gonna have to prove it to me. I don't believe it's a real fight. Because if it is a real fight, I got Jake knocking his ass out. Whole different story. I don't believe it's a real fight. Lamont Roach might come in there. He might be sitting ringside and get out, jump out there, jump over to what's the name, go up on the rope and yell at Jake Paul. And then Jake Paul turns around and says, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And then turns around and Tank catches Jake Paul and knocks him out. And then Logan Paul jumps in there. And then it's Jake Paul and Logan Paul versus Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. Cleveland versus the DMV. I would none of that surprised. It would surprise me at all. None. Just like this fight right here is legitimately a money fight. Legitimately. 100%. Terrence Crawford washes this man. Absolutely washed him. 12-0 skunk or 10-0 skunk. But this fight is more in line with a real fight than Jake and Tank is. And this is a gigantic money fight for Bud. Gigantic. He will make over $100 million. Without question. Without question. He'll make over 100. And Jake Paul is now working with Turki Al-Sheikh. So it only makes sense. This would be close. This would be a real fight. It wouldn't necessarily be an exhibition because Terrence Crawford he walks around 186. Why wouldn't he make 186 to between 195 and 186? What is that? 9 pounds? It says 9 pounds. They can absolutely fight at 195. Terrence Crawford can fight this man. He walks around at 186. He can make 190, this extra 4 pounds. He'll be 190. Jake be 195. This is a no-brainer right here. An absolutely no-brainer for a boatload of bread. Back up the Brinks truck. A boatload of bread. Back it up. Back up the Brinks truck. Phenomenal, phenomenal amount of money. And there's another fight that he can take. But y'all will be looking at me like, oh, hell no, you bugging. But, who knows? But you guys let me know what y'all think. Jake Paul versus Terrence Crawford. If Jake Paul beats Tank Davis. What do y'all think? Because I think that fight is gigantic. But you let me know what y'all think in the comments. BFTB, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC, and I'm out. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. Subscribe to my Patreon. And if you feel like supporting me, please support me in the PayPal or the Cash App.